Good health and well-being is one of the Sustainable Development Goals in the world, and it is to be achieved in 2030. Welcome. I am Jane Izo. The program is Better You. How can we avoid early warning health risk? These and many more you will find in our mini documentary. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's gathering is not just another event. It is the continuation of a vision that started 4 years ago. A vision built on the conviction that mental health must no longer be treated as an afterthought, but a central figure and pillar of public health, human development, and national progress.
The conversation around mental well-being is changing. More people are opening up about treatment and acceptance.
About 3 years ago, a few of my colleagues were abducted, and for 6 months, we could not find them. I was completely devastated. I was losing my mind, to be honest. And it was a very difficult time for the entire organization. I'm sure, we had to take psychosocial support to be able to go through it. But today I'm standing in front of you and I'm saying this is really something, it's real. And it's not just something that we look from a stigmatized view or lens, because it is real and it doesn't respect your status or who you are.
The theme, mental health as a cross-cutting priority for adolescent health, maternal well-being, and a quick response to gender-based violence is further driving home an integral message.
One of the things I want to advocate for is, especially in schools, we should have mental health counselors, mental health services, mental health programs, mental health clubs. Let the awareness, let the campaigns be there. Because sometimes they think it's just me. This situation is peculiar to me. They don't even understand that, it's actually a problem that can be tackled, just like Professor Tai was talking about. So can we even have mental health counselors coming? Can we have educators, parents, caregivers, being empowered with this information?
In times past, talking about mental health was taboo. Many lived in denial, and as a result, a stigma was the take-home for those who spoke about mental health challenges. Thankfully, not so these days.
In other environments, when you lose family members, you go through psychosocial support. In Nigeria, they say it will heal. They will pray for you and you move on. So a lot of people are wearing a lot of baggage.
Speaking about mental health challenges is the first step, and when encouraged, this leads to acceptance and management through adequate treatment.
Some 10 years ago, Dana Airline had an air crash, remember? And a lot of people died. Central Bank of Nigeria had about 25 of their staff on that flight. The director of HR asked Central Bank of Nigeria, do we have an employee wellness program? Central Bank did not. The director of HR came from NTA South Africa. She was completely shocked that an organization as big as Central Bank of Nigeria had no program for its staff on mental health. She called me and I attended. My team went in, did the briefing for all the families. So the next question was going to be, Central Bank now should have an employee wellness program. You would think it would be commonsensical, isn't it? No, it wasn't. Because what happened was there was now a fight between HR department and medical department. HR said, wellness is with HR, illness is with medic. Medics say maleness and wellness is with medic. As a result, nothing happened. Both directors put their foot down. It's either I get it or nobody gets it. Now, these are the directors heading an organization with over 5,000 staff. So what am I saying? Even where you can influence, please, let's start this whole conversation. Ask, you supervise ministries, don't you? You supervise MDAs. Ask the chief executive, what is the mental health program you have for your staff? That is the beginning.
The avoidance of such a discourse has been costly and has negatively impacted many. This change is welcome and is bringing about transformation that will bring hope for many, succor, and a new lease of life when pursued with zeal, understanding, knowledge, and purpose.
So on our chat segment, we have Ambassador Timothy Wanchukwu, the National Coordinator, Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Student Engagement. He's here to talk about the good health and well-being of Nigerians. Please join us. All right, Ambassador Wanchukwu, you're welcome to Better You.
Thank you very much.
This SDG 3 goals, I'd like you to tell us what it's all about.
SDG simply means Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 goals set aside by the United Nations. When we talk about United Nations, we're talking about all the countries. Over 194 countries on the world came together in 2015 to enact the SDG as a precursor to MDG. We remember MDG, Millennium Development Goals. So when MDG ended and then the world discovered that the leaders, global leaders discovered that the goal wasn't met. So they came up with Sustainable Development Goal. And then we have 17 Sustainable Development Goal, and goal 3 is good health and well-being. Now, in other words, every country on earth is driving towards ensuring that their citizens, including Nigeria, that our citizens have access to quality health care. And we'll have it, because when you have a good health, of course, you can talk about you can live long. Yeah. You can even do your work very well. Of course, if you're healthy, you can function better. So basically, the goal is about creating awareness, advocacy, putting measures in place to ensure that Nigerian citizens live a good, have a good health, and then have a good well-being. Yeah.
But do you think Nigeria is working towards achieving that goal?
Yes. When we talk about Nigeria, we're talking about the federal government of Nigeria is doing its best, but I must let you know that it is not left for the government alone. Let's not just dwell on what is the government doing. Rather, what should I, as a patriotic Nigerian, as a good citizen, what should I be doing to ensure that my own health, that I have a good health, and that of my neighbors? For example, what I eat is important. The water I even drink is important. How do people even contact the area that will get them sick? Is it not when they drink contaminated water? The environment. Do you keep your environment clean, healthy? Do you wait until the government says at the end of every month, last Saturday of the month, that everybody have to close shop, close your house, come out and say, no, you don't have to wait till the end of the month. So it is something that must be achieved by a concerted effort by the government, by the private sector, by the community leaders, by the traditional institutions, by the students. Every Nigerian, everybody is involved. So we all have a role to play.
Some people think you need to be very rich before you keep yourself healthy. I'd like you to talk as a father, as a parent. I'd like you to speak to people on what they can do to take care of their children to be healthy. Of course, let them know that you don't need to be wealthy before you eat good food.
Okay, now I want to make this very point very clear. You don't need to say you don't have money. Yeah, it's not about money. It's about your mindset. Because sometimes when we talk about living healthy, people think that you need to have all the money. No. Even fruits, orange, pineapple, the little things. You don't need to have all the money. In fact, of course, even the First Lady is encouraging us to have garden in our home. So if you have a small garden at your backyard, you can plant your oranges, you can plant your fruits, you can harvest them. Even without, if you have good ventilation, you have trees around you, it will assist in promoting good health and your well-being. Because as humans, we breathe out, we breathe in, we take in oxygen, and we give out carbon dioxide. So where does the oxygen come from? From plants in our environment. So we can even plant the trees. There are a lot of things we can do. Another thing is exercise. Whether you're rich, or middle class, or lower income earner, you should have time. There are some persons that every day they are in their car, they don't have time to walk, take a walk. Sometimes in Nigeria, we hear that someone slumped. This person was trying to exercise. You see, it's because people are not taking care of their health. And then we don't need to blame the government for this. You have a responsibility to take a walk within your neighborhood, in your house where you live. Do some exercises, every simple exercises. So even inculcate that into the life, to the mind of your children. Have that time.
It's 2030 for these goals to be achieved, which is 5 years from now. Where do you think Nigeria is now? And how do you think we will achieve this goal?
Well, Nigeria is making progress. I won't come out to say that we've achieved. No, we're still making progress. In fact, recently, a few months ago, Nigeria did what is called National Voluntary Review, peer review. So it's called a peer review mechanism. That is, the review is in conjunction with the United Nations headquarters here in Nigeria. We try to look at where we were, where we are now, and where we're going. So now, one of the things that we've been able to do, talking about the federal government of Nigeria, has been able to do, is to ensure that this message doesn't stay at the federal level. So the states, there are focal persons at the state government level. Every state government have SDG focal person. And it is trickling down to local government level as well, across our local government. So focal persons are being appointed by local government chairmen across all the local government. So what is their duty? Their duty is to ensure that we actualize that goal. These governments have recruited health fellows across the 774 local government, young people that have been trained to go to our rural areas, to go to our communities, to talk to other people. We talk to our citizens about health. We have the Environmental Health Council of Nigeria. So a whole lot is going on. That is why I'm saying that we must not leave it for the government alone. There must be room for synergy. And I'm going to use this opportunity to appeal to civil society organizations, appeal to non-governmental organizations to please prioritize the attainment of the goal. Every funding, every donation, every grant they receive, it should be properly utilized towards the actualization of this goal, because the government work in hand with NGOs, with CSOs, with faith-based organizations. So I am making this passionate appeal.
All right, let's talk about children and, of course, education. As parents, you take your child to school, and afterwards you tell them,
are you not there?
And you're not there.
And then the teachers become the parents.
The parents advise them, especially like when you take a word to school, the caregivers. There are caregivers in school for 0 to 5, 6 years. What has the school put in place to ensure that there is good health and enough care is given to children?
Okay, I'm a father as well, and then as you answer this question, my mind is just racing down to when I doing a school run, taking my child to school, even as a toddler. And then I just remember a vision, leaving the child in the care of the teachers. What happens after that? Now, this is where the teachers come in. Every child is your child. Because even their food, you leave it with them.
Yeah.
Every child is your child. And then I'm going to use this opportunity to appeal to all teachers at all levels. Teachers are wonderful people. Teachers are special people. Teachers are the ones that groom the leaders we have today and the leaders we continue to have. So teacher, you're very, very important. So that child that is in your care, I will appeal to you to do more by taking good care of the child. Now, if you notice something that is wrong with that child at early stage, go ahead and reach out to the parents, draw it to the attention of the parents. Of course, I'm very much aware that there are some parents that are too engrossed with their work that they don't even have time for their children. They come drop their children at school and then they go to their work. But please, you as a teacher that is taking care of that child from daycare to primary school to up to secondary school, please, I want you to play that very role of a father or as a mother. Everything you think that you can do for your own child, go ahead and do it for them. Those are the things you think you can inculcate into them, you can impact into them. For example, teaching them how to eat, all those little things that matters. You begin to sow the seed when they are little.
Mental health is beginning to gain so much attention. I'd like you to speak to Nigerians on what to do and how to do, because of course you're working for government. To help government achieve these goals, you must be mentally fine. So let's talk about what Nigerians can do for themselves to keep themselves mentally stable.
I'm very emotional when trying to respond to this question, because Nigerians, we are wonderful people, and I know that we are going through some challenges. Individual, as a father, you have to meet the issue of your house rent, children's school fees, and a whole lot of things. You have to have a lot of people that you are taking care of. Please, I will appeal to you, to all fathers watching this program, take care of your health. Reduce the way you think. Sleep well. Sometimes at the end, you want to get all the money, you don't even have time to rest. And then this eventually affects your health. There are some persons that even rely on sleeping pills. You can do that by, managing the way you sleep, managing your time. Please be alive for us. To our parents, to our fathers, be alive for us. We don't want to be having widows out there. Please be alive for us. Your mental health, my mental health, our mental health is very important. We must give priority to the things we eat, to the things we listen to the things we watch, to how we think, and every other thing that will affect our mental health. We need to stay healthy and to stay alive. Take out time to exercise, to eat well, to drink good water, and then to rest very well. And then to our mothers, I will appeal to our mothers. You are wonderful people, molding the nation. Don't give headache to your husbands. Continue to support them. Continue to make them to always rush back home, to think that I cannot go and stay at the beer parlor or stay late nights out. I have a wonderful family to come back to. Everything that will make your husband, to make your man to come back to the house, try to do that. And we, the men, will always come back to the home. And then to the young people, please don't put parents under any undue pressure. How can you be in the university? You tell your parents that they ask you to buy so textbook, and you know that you are just putting pressures on them. This is for parents, the father and the mother. Please, in registering your children, in enrolling your children in schools, do what is within your income. Hey, you don't need to send your child to a private university where you know that it is above your income. There are some parents that before you know it, they will start to call, please, I need borrow me money, I need to pay for 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. No. These are some of the things that constitute stress that affect the mental well-being of the people. Yeah. So to our parents, please, I've said that you know what to do. Now to all young people, eschew bad friends. Stay away from bad friends. The ones that will tell you let's smoke, there is nothing to try. There's nothing to impress anyone about. Smoking, clubbing, drinking, taking shisha, marijuana, whatever you call it, they're all destructive substances that will destroy your life and destroy your future. And then for those who try to join cultism, no, you must run away from that. So for all Nigerians, we are good people living in a great nation. We must join hands together to build this wonderful nation, Nigeria. You need to stay healthy. You need to stay happy. You need to eat very well. You need to even listen to good music. Dance if you have to dance. Be happy if you have to be happy. It is when that you are alive, you now think about meeting your other needs. And I believe that with this, we've said, Nigerians will have something to think about, take a new step and take a new decision, and I know we'll have a better nation. And at the end of the day, hopefully we'll meet our target by 2030. That's the SDG Goal 30. Thank you.
It's been awesome, Ambassador Nwachukwu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, is the Sustainable Development Goals 3, and it has to do with good health and well-being. Of course, you heard him say exercise is one way to keep us healthy. So let's go to the exercise segment. So what more can I tell you? The message is clear. Please take care of your mental health, drink a lot of water, and stay healthy. For Nigeria, we need a beautiful Nigeria with healthy people. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to join us in our next episode. I am Jane Izo. Bye for now.